right. How are you doing today?
Good, and you?
Good, thanks for asking. Okay, to start with, I will be recording this session. So just to let you know, we're recording this mock session, and I will be reviewing the informed consent form that you signed previously. Do you remember this form? So I will.
Yes, I do.
Awesome. I will be reviewing each of the statements that you signed, just to confirm that you did sign them. Okay. So the first consent is I consent to video audio recordings being made of mock counseling sessions and to these recordings being used to aid in the growth of counseling knowledge and skills. So this is going to be to help me increase my knowledge and skills. And your initial right here, is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And the next one is I consent to the excerpts from these recordings or descriptions of them being used by Grand Canyon University faculty and staff for the purposes of supervision, research, and or teaching. And your initial right here, is that correct?
Yes, correct.
And the next one is I understand that any part of this conversation that is recorded and written down would be kept anonymous. And your initial right here, is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And the next one is I will not disclose any information that may identify me in the mock counseling session. This information given will be fictional and I will use an alias. So everything will be fictional. And your initial right here, is that correct?
Yeah, yes, correct.
And last statement is I understand that if any recording of the mock counseling sessions activates any suicidal ideation or any other potential harmful thoughts, I will reach out to a professional in my area immediately. Neither GCU, the college, nor the counseling student will be held accountable if I harm myself. And your initial right here, is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so if any of those were to happen, if you were having any thoughts to harm yourself, just make sure you are reaching out to a professional in your area. Okay, and lastly, by signing below, you attested that you understand and agree to the statements above, and you sign this document and put your electronic signature in here. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and get started. So what do you want to talk about today?
Well, me and my wife have been having problems and fighting lately for the last couple months.
Last month, okay. And what has been kind of like the arguments about?
The not being able to pay like a rent or mortgage
Okay.
on time.
So you guys are constantly missing payments, or this happens sometimes, all the time?
Yeah, we miss them, or she has to go borrow money from her family to pay.
I see. And do you feel like that's the main source of your problems with her, like the financial situation?
Yeah, because I'm most of the time missing my part of the rent or the payment.
Oh, I see. So you do have an income? Like, do you have like a source of income?
Yeah, I work.
Okay, I see. And what is kind of like the main problem? Like, where is your money going? Mind me asking?
Well, I just bought a new truck. Well, it's not new, it's used, but I've been doing like upgrades to it and just like putting parts on it. And unfortunately, I just really don't like manage my money right. So all my money goes to my truck and the payment for the rent money.
I see. So the truck and those upgrades are important to you, as I could see. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
And do you feel like your wife doesn't see it that way? That is kind of like your priority. Does she agree with it?
well, no, she doesn't agree with it because we have to pay the house payments first.
Okay, so her point of view is that you guys have to pay the house first, and you feel like it's better to pay your truck or the upgrades for your truck.
Well, I don't see it as a priority. I just like think I'm gonna work more to make the money I spent and have enough money for the parts and pay the house. But at that some months I don't make it, so that's when the conflict happens between us.
Oh, I see. So what do you feel like will make the situation better? Like, do you know what your wife wants or what would make her happy about this situation?
Well, yeah, stop spending money on my truck.
Okay, has she told you that?
Yeah, many times.
I see. And how do you feel about that? Do you feel like you could be able to maybe um, lower what you spend on your truck? Would that be a possibility for you?
Yeah, yeah, I could.
Okay. And what would you what do you think is a bigger problem? Like your truck staying as it is or you continuously missing house payments and what would be a higher consequence?
Losing the house.
Okay, so you feel like if you lose the house, like if you keep missing payments, you might lose the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, do you possibly think that maybe focusing a little more on the house, on paying the house, the mortgage, would be a little like useful? You feel like it would be doable for you?
Yeah, I could.
Okay. Um,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, but like all my friends have trucks, and we always go and take them out to the desert and 4x4. So that's like my influence on buying parts. It's like when we hang out with all of them, like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. So I want to get it, and then that's like I don't want to buy it, but
Then
they have it, so I want it.
Mhm. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Um, do you feel like do you feel like that makes you happy, like when you have those things and you're able to spend that time with those friends?
Yeah, it does.
Is there any other things that you could do maybe with those friends or with other friends that like doesn't necessarily need to spend a lot of money on? Is there any other activities or other friends that you could be spending your time with to reach that happiness?
I mean, yeah, just chill at home.
Okay. What are some other activities that you like to do? Like, I mean, with what you currently have right now, what are some other activities that you enjoy?
Working out.
Okay.
Yeah, like going shooting.
Okay. All right. So,
At the
yeah.
Yeah, going shooting like at the range.
Okay, but that that's also like a little bit of expense, maybe.
Well, yeah, but not as much as wanting to buy truck parts that are like thousands and thousands of dollars.
Definitely. Yeah. So, do you feel like that could be a start? Maybe um, focusing on either of those hobbies, like going shooting or working out? Do you feel like you could focus your time on those things?
Yeah.
Would you feel,
I mean, I can.
I'm sorry?
I mean, I can. Yeah, probably just work out.
And if you were to do those things, like start working out or I'm just going shooting at the range, like if you were to stop like spending all this money on the trucks, what impact would it have with your wife or like in the relationship between you guys?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be missing payments, so that's the main point.
Mm.
The reason why we argue. So
So do you feel like if you stop missing the payments by doing those things, those other activities, the relationship with your wife would probably improve?
well, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Is that something that you're willing to try? Like, do you see any benefit in that?
Yeah, I can. I could try it out.
So, so what you're saying, like the main problem right now, to what I'm understanding, is the main problem the arguments with your wife, or the spending a lot of money, or do you feel like both, like spending all the money, not being able to pay the mortgage, and that brings the arguments with your wife?
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Sorry about my timer. That is just to let us know that we're getting close to the end of the session. So I just want to make sure that I'm understanding everything correctly, like where you're coming from, and that we have some clear next steps of what you're willing to do and to work on during the next few weeks.
Yeah. I'll start going to the gym more.
Awesome. Well, you sound excited about that. I'm glad to hear that. Do you feel like a little bit of excitement about it?
But yeah, because I've been slacking on the gym, so guess I could get back to it.
Awesome. Sounds good to hear. Is there maybe any friends that you could invite or that you could see at him? Maybe that could help improve it a little more.
Yeah. I got a couple friends.
Awesome. Maybe it's time to catch up with them, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's glad to hear. Then that will be kind of like our next steps, if it's okay with you, like for you to start going with to the gym. Maybe that would help you to refrain from spending like or buying parts this month or so. Do you feel like by going to the gym you can compromise to maybe buy less parts or not buy any upgrades this month?
Yeah. We can give it a try. I think so.
Okay, definitely. Well, let's give it a try. Um, any step, as small as it looks, could be a really huge step. So, but let's give it a try, and then let's schedule for, let's say, in 2 or 3 weeks from today, and we
Okay.
how everything is going.
Okay.
Awesome, perfect. Okay, so that will be kind of like our next steps. Let's work on that. Hopefully things get a little better by next time that we see each other.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. It's my pleasure. Okay, so we're gonna get your schedule for the next for in like 3 weeks, and then we'll just go from there.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Well, have a
That's,
good day. Nice seeing you.
okay. You too. We'll see you.
Thank you. Bye.